Good day, Zaraza here, back with another bike video, my bike. Right here we have a 2005 V-Strom 650. This is my personal bike. I've had this bike for about 6 years. I've ridden it probably about almost 30,000 miles in those 6 years. As you can see, it's got a little bit of battle damage. This is from a fall off-road. And so's this. Gremlin bell still hanging on. It's got dual front calipers, one in the rear. I've got this GV set up here for the panniers on both sides, including the top box, matching top box. They're all chrome. Nothing particularly outstanding about this bike other than it's an outstanding bike for me. I really like it. So let's go for a quick ride. Not particularly inspiring. In any way. But you know what? It gets the job done. It's taken me to most of the western United States in some fashion or another. As you can see, center stand, side stand. This is a place for the GPS. The Zumo XT, something like that, from Garmin. And let's go. Let's go have some fun. Here we go. As before mentioned, this is a 2005 V-Strom 650 from Suzuki. It has just under 70,000 miles on it. I bought it with 40,000 miles on it. Okay. Alright. I bought it with just over 40,000 miles on it. And I've taken a couple of big trips with it. Once I rode it down here to California from Montana. Rode through Yellowstone Park, etc., etc. All that. It was a good ride. I didn't know about the Iron Butt Challenge at the time, or I would have needed about 70 more miles before I hit one. So there you go. It's very comfortable, very approachable. It's a little bit tall. I was just looking it up the other night. Actually, the seat height on this guy is 32.3 inches according to Wikipedia. Mine probably sits a little lower than that just from having by virtue of having the extra weight on the back with the box and the rack and everything. But it is a 90-degree V-twin. It's the same motor. This is the first gen V-Strom. It's the same motor that is in the second gen SV650, obviously with a little bit of different tuning. But alright, we're gonna cross some mustard and get ahead of this guy. See you later. Anyways, it's not particularly fast or exciting in comparison to other bikes. Even in its class, it's obviously no contest against pretty much any other adventure bike. But in my opinion, it's a great jack-of-all-trades bike, and it sounds like maybe I'm trying to justify myself a little bit, and that might be true. Sometimes I feel like I've got a healthy amount of copium going on when I talk about this bike. But man, you know what? I like bike. This bike's really fun. I got a screaming deal on it. I got it for like 2,700 bucks. I've done some work on it, added some stuff. I added the Eastern Beaver headlight relay bypass because the headlights are notoriously bad on these. The wiring loom isn't super great. They still don't turn on all the time, but it's just a little jiggle of a cable down there. But you know what? I don't care. I added the racks for the GV panniers. I added some Baja designs, accessory lights. like I say, I've had this bike for about 6 years now. Are you gonna let me go? Yep. And it's treated me pretty well. It's never left me stranded. It's got a couple of things that happen from time to time. As you may have seen when I was starting it up, I did not hold the clutch. That is not a feature of this bike. I just have the clutch switch hot wired because something's broken. Big shout out to all the homies who started me till I solved that problem on one of our previous rides. As you can see, I've got it hot wired right here. There's a nice paper clip in there with some electrical tape wrapped around it, so the bike thinks that the clutch is pulled in so I can start the bike. You know what, whatever. But I have a lot of fun on this bike. It doesn't shit and get very much, but it moves, and you can still have fun in the twisties on it. Right now I've got Shinko 705s on it, on the front and the rear. It's got a 19-inch front wheel and a 17-inch rear wheel. The Shinkos do okay on the road. They're marketed as a 50-50 tire, but I don't buy it. I think they're more 60-40 on road probably. They definitely they have the lifespan, well, kind of. They've got pretty good lifespan for a 50-50 tire, but they do okay off-road. I've taken around some dirt roads, some fire roads with these tires. Went to a off-highway vehicle area one time, and I mean, it's not climbing anything really good, and it's a pretty heavy bike, about 475, 480 pounds wet, fully loaded to go, which is pretty heavy for an off-road bike to go do much more than fire roads or dirt roads or something like that. So the OHV area was definitely a humbling experience. That's where I lost the grip guard on the left here and bent the slider down there, but it is what it is. It adds character to the bike. I have a fucking banging time riding it, and say what you will, talk all the shit you want, I'll keep this bike until it explodes, which could be today and could be 100,000 more miles from now. So yeah, you never know. But a lot of folks, you talk about the lack of innovation sometimes with Suzuki, and those people are right. I mean, they refresh the boost every, what, 10 years or so, and the V-Strom has been largely unchanged until just a couple years ago, I think, when they changed to the 1050 and they've got the XT and all that stuff. And until then, it was basically the V-Strom 650 and the V-Strom 1000, and there was no fancy other versions. The 650 and the 1000 both came with the 19-inch wheel in the front. Everything's cast. There's no spoke wheels or anything like that until recently for the V-Strom or anything like that. So it's a very jack of all trades bike. It's not super excellent off-road like a GS or even a Africa Twin or Tenere 700 or any of those kinds of things. Like, it kind of sits firmly in the middle, and the only other bike that's really kind of close to it in terms of that would be the Versys. And in my opinion, the V-Strom is a little bit better than the Versys off-road, just what I've read and what I've seen. I've never ridden a Versys 650 off-road to be able to compare it, but in my opinion, the V-Strom is a little bit better. The flip side of that is, I think the Versys 650 is probably a better sport touring motorcycle, but whatever, probably is. But like I say, I have a ton of fun on this bike. I had a Suzuki before. I had a GSX-R 600, so I am familiar with the fact that they don't change a whole lot year over year, and that's fine. But somebody's got to ride Suzukis out there, and I'm happy to be one of them because I don't mind. I like bike. And, you know, I'm going to ride it, and I'm going to have a good old time. And I am having a good old time. There are things you can do to these. You can get, like this one, I got, I have a little bit stiffer front suspension springs. Makes it feel a little bit more planted on the road. It didn't really affect handling that much off-road for the, you know, the easy off-road routes we were taking, but all right, homie. I mean, it's still got some passing power. It moves. You know, it's no street triple. If you've watched a couple of my previous videos, I have a couple with the 2018 Street Triple RS, and obviously a completely different motorcycle, so it's nothing like that, you know. And it is the 650, and this guy is just a tired old bike, 17 years old, almost can vote, 70,000 miles, just about. Man, it's just, I love it. It's very comfortable. Like, I live far away from some of the places that we like to meet up and go ride, so it's comfortable to get there. It's spirited enough. Like, you know, I can't keep up with the fast boys all the time. It's just not that fast of a bike, but you know, I'm usually not too far behind. It's light enough that you can throw it around pretty good. I mean, it's an adventure bike that's tall and all that stuff, so, but I have a really fun time riding this bike, and to me that's what matters. Anyways, let's see if we can get past these guys here. Oh, there's another guy up there. But I mean, this bike, I could go up there if I wanted to, and we'll probably do a video about that. Very interesting random things around here. But anywho, it's kind of a bummer getting stuck behind all this traffic right here, but that's all right. Anyways, I'm not trying to do too much crazy stuff. Just doing my pre-ride inspection here, make sure everything sounds and feels okay. We're gonna do a big ride tomorrow out to Ojai. Should be a good time. We're gonna ride up PCH. So tomorrow will be probably a 400 or 500 day, 100 mile day for me, 400 or 500 mile day for me, if I can do the English. And like, there's not, of the bikes I have in my garage, which is this one, the 2003 Triumph Bonneville America, and the Street Triple RS from 2018. This is the bike I voluntarily am choosing to go on the ride, just because it's comfortable. It's comfortable. I got OEM seat on here, nothing fancy, but it's pretty comfortable. It's got aftermarket bars and risers and stuff on it, which is really nice. For those long days, it's easy to just stand up, and like, I'm planted on the bars, I'm not leaning funny, I'm standing pretty straight up, so it's pretty comfortable. But anyways, I'll get back with you when I get back to the house. Don't need you people knowing where I live yet. All right, this is the 2005 V-Strom 650. Needs the idle adjusted a little bit, among other things. But it's a great bike. May not be a first bike just because of how tall it is, but if you're tall and you're looking for a first bike, 650 adventure bike ain't so bad. Let's hear it in all of its stock muffler glory. Oh yeah, look at that. Burning off all the junk and shit in there. Alright, that's it. Everybody get out, ride more, have fun, like, comment, subscribe. Bye.